the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. We got Patrick Beverley versus Trae Young, and I think what they're talking about is what my old coach Zoe, my old middle school coach, Coach Zoe, stats don't account for nothing. And if you notice, when most of these basketball players are called out today, they revert back to stats. I didn't do much in the league because I didn't win. Had I won, I wouldn't give you what my stats are. I'm a winner. And that's the only thing. There's winners and there's losers. Stats is just something for you. That's your personal accolades that you just tell everybody about. But basketball is about win column, lose column. That's it. Everything else in between is for you to personally brag about. It's your personal accolades. If you accumulate personal stats and personal accolades throughout the course of you winning, that's way better than you accumulating stats and things while you're losing. And any basketball player know that. And I don't like today's generation of basketball players. I called out Michael Jordan. I called out Kobe Bryant. I hadn't done a damn thing in the league. And neither one of them said, I'm not going to play you. When you go to the park, when you go to the rec, and somebody call you out and say they better than you, you don't say, I scored points in the NBA. No, you kick their ass. Basketball, the talking is over, especially if somebody challenging you one-on-one. You got guys talking about, no, I'm not going to play you one-on-one because you average 7 points, you average 10 points. Maybe that was that guy's role on the team. These guys be believing the bull stats and things that you're the guy that they slotted to shoot 20 times a game. Patrick Beverley is a guy that they slotted to just play defense and shoots when he's open. Of course, you're gonna average more than Patrick Beverley, but when he got the ball and you got the ball, and now he knows he's trying to score and he can play defense, that don't got a damn thing to do with no stats. Michael Beasley did not average the stats of LeBron. And if you go look at or listen to anybody that heard about Michael Beasley playing against LeBron, I heard it wasn't even close. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about competition still? Are we talking about rawhide competition where the game started, competitiveness, or are we talking about stat sheets? Because I'm confused. When somebody challenges you one-on-one, it don't got a damn thing to do with a stat sheet. And when you're playing one-on-one, roles go out the window. Both of y'all are scorers and both of y'all are defenders. If one has a deficiency somewhere, it will get exposed on the court. And I don't know why some of you players seem to think that because a player is a designed scorer, then somehow that means that they're going to win in a one-on-one. I take Patrick Beverley over a lot of these guys. Why? Because defense win games. Everybody know that any drill that we played in the NBA, the way you won was defensive stops. So Patrick Beverley, I'm willing to bet, can get a couple of stops on people when he played them on defense. But I'm willing to bet my life to a leaf. When you flip it around and watch Trae Young guard Patrick Beverley is going to have his way with Trae Young. And y'all will be like, what the hell? Why isn't Patrick Beverley the all-star? That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's just draft status. Politics of the game sometimes plays a lot. But if you think just because Trae Young averages 20-something points a game and Patrick Beverley only averaged 7 points, then I'll look you right in your face and tell you, you don't know about basketball. And if Trae Young want to play him, or whoever, I'm taking all bets. I'm taking all bets that Patrick Beverley will tear that ass up. I'm taking bets that Patrick Beverley will beat Brandon Jennings. Swaggy P. I don't know about Swaggy P. Swaggy P got that shot that's deadly. If Swaggy P go left, it's damn near money every time. Most people don't know how to play Swaggy P. Swaggy P shot percentage go down like a motherfucker. He go right. If he goes right, he going all the way to the basket. If he go left with that one dribble, two dribble, I don't care if you poke him in the eye. Anything less than poking him in the eye, he's going to score. If he goes right, his percentages go way down. That's just me knowing how to play defense. And there's one thing that Patrick Beverley said that jumped off the page to me that people don't get. If Kobe Bryant is on the team, you better know how to do something else. If Patrick Beverley is that good, and the NBA is that players are that good, you're supposed to be able to come in and do something different. If they got a scorer on that team, you better figure out something else because your ass ain't the scorer. So let's get into this conversation because I love this. There's people been wondering why the All-Star game is so weak for years, and it ain't just been NBA players. It's because these guys have forgotten that this is all about competition. This ain't about stats and accolades. And maybe this is why these guys are not playing basketball hard in the All-Star game, because there's no stats that they get for it. You tell them, I can tell you how to fix the All-Star game right now with this day and age players. You just tell them it's going to count against their average in the NBA game. If you tell them whatever you get in this All-Star game is going to count against your average, I guarantee you they played in. I guarantee them some bitch be playing in. Make the points. Make it to where you only get a bucket if you get a stop on defense. Sorry, son of a gun. But let's play this video and let's hear these people respond under fair use. And trust me, I like this conversation. And people that don't know basketball, don't call this beef. Don't call this nothing but what it is. This is iron sharpening iron. These are two individuals that was in the NBA. This is what it looks like when iron sharpen iron. And I hope some of these guys stop doing all that talking and take some of these one-on-one call outs. Hell, I might get in shape and whoop somebody's ass. Because there's a difference. If you ever see me play one-on-one opposed to playing in the NBA, you'll be like, what the fuck? I got the ball the whole time. I ain't got to pass it to Kobe. I ain't got to pass it to MJ or whoever else to score on the team. I got the ball. And better believe you're going to have to guard me. And so that's what these guys don't understand. But let's play the video.
I've been to one conference finals. What year was that for you? Just another fact, year 9. The year I made it was year 3. Just a fact. You want to know another one? You averaged 7 points and 2 is. I don't even know how I'm doing this.
Now, if any other All-Star would have said something, I would have let it slide. But you, like.
All right, so Trae Young did what Nick and all the rest of them do, where they placate towards this who averaged what, and that's supposed to be the end all be all, or like LeBron, the A all be all. But they placate towards the averages. The averages don't tell nothing about one-on-one. That don't got nothing to do with nothing, and that don't have nothing to do with winning basketball. It don't. So I love this breakdown by Patrick Beverley. Let's get into it.
You, out of all people, you had no room to say anything. You haven't done anything. So when it comes to criticism, why the f you can't be criticized? Like, what have you done where you can't be criticized? We criticize Russell Westbrook, a 2-time MVP. Motherfuckers call him Westbrook. We criticize LeBron James, right? We criticize all these people. What? Who the f that you can't be criticized? Like, you haven't done anything. So until you've done something, yes, you have to be criticized. And you should appreciate it, because the criticism isn't coming from a player who hasn't played. It's coming from somebody who's shared the floor with you, left a mark in the NBA, right? So, like, miss me with all that. Like, I'm with you. You're the fastest person to 12,000 points, and you're the fastest person to 4,000 assists, and you get scored on the most in the NBA. Empty stats, we call them. That's the truth. That to 12,000 points, and somebody who's shared the floor with you, left a mark in the NBA, right? So, like, miss me with all that. Like, I'm with you. You're the fastest person to 12,000 points, and you're the fastest person to 4,000 assists, and you get scored on the most in the NBA. Empty stats, we call it.
Woo! Hey, boy, see, this is not a fan of basketball. Well, this is not only a fan of basketball talking right here. This is somebody that knows what the he's talking about. Let me explain something to you. MJ, when I learned from MJ, they used to have MJ and Kobe, but MJ especially. MJ used to say, win your matchup. And they would do it off of this. So if you are a scorer, if you're a scorer and you are guarding a scorer, you not only are supposed to outscore them, but you're supposed to hold them up under their average. And you could do that one or two ways. You could do that by running the shot at them like Richard Hamilton used to do and get them so tired that they're no longer as good on offense. And Richard Hamilton, his best defense was his offense. But some guys can actually play offense and lock you up on defense. They can do both. So that's Kobe, that's MJ, that's Scottie Pippen. That's the guys that can do that. They're amazing. That's all around basketball player. And what MJ would say is, hey, look, if you're not a scorer and you got a guy like Tim Duncan that's going to get a guaranteed 20 shots, 25 shots, what your job is, because you're not going to get as many shots as them, so you're not going to score as many points. So your job, if you're just a defender, your job is to make them shoot above their average to get those points. If you look at the NBA, they're going to get their numbers anyway. Tim Duncan is going to get his numbers. Yao Ming, all these guys that shoot so many times, they're going to get their numbers. But if Tim Duncan normally averages 25 points or 27 points on 19 shots, I want to make it to where tonight I'm guarding him. He has to take 28 shots to get the same 25, or he has to take 30 shots. You know, you want to make that shot total go up. But if you're a point guard and a guy, everybody knows this about Trae Young. Trae Young can score out of this world, but the average point guards that come in the league have career averages against Trae Young. If you come in there and you only average 8-9 points a game, you're gonna hit 20 when you come in there and play against Atlanta because he don't play defense. Gilbert Arenas was a point guard like that. One of the Melo boys of a ball point guard, he's like that. A lot of these guys do not play defense at all. And just think about going to a park where you're on a string where you're only as good as your weakest link. And now a guy like Patrick Beverley has to take up the slack for somebody who can't play defense. Now somebody like Kwame Brown has to take up a slack for a point guard like Gilbert Arenas who lays into the screen. When you play with a point guard like Derek Fisher, man, he's gonna elbow a big man. He's gonna grab their knee. He's gonna attack. When he slide through the pick, he's gonna grab your knee and help get over that pick. He's gonna fight like a monster and a dog to get over that pick. A lot of these guards, they don't do that. And that's why they're losing games. Y'all are so caught up in the stat sheet. The stat sheet ain't shit. The game is won and lost. Who win the rebound battle, who fight over the pick and rolls, and who scrap for the loose balls. And a lot of these guards you see in today's NBA, the only thing you can say about them is that they score points. Other than that, they bring nothing else to the table. They can't get a stop. If I was a coach, I would literally put a bigger point guard on a lot of these guards, and I would run one down. I would run one down and pick that scab until they take them out the game. You're not just going to put some lightning bug fast point guard on the floor against my player. I'll put a 6'6" point guard like Ron Harper, and I would take one of them little guys to the post. I don't care what they score on the other end. They're going to score anyway. I'm going to take them to the post, and I'm going to embarrass them. But that's not the style of play that the NBA wants. If I was a coach in the league, I wouldn't give it what they wanted. We running one down against Trae Young, Stephen Curry, any guard that look like they can't play out of the post. I'm putting them big guards in the game, and we're going to mash them. We playing smash mouth basketball. That's it. But what this brother is speaking towards, and I want y'all to watch Trae Young and a lot of these guards closely. Watch what they give up to run-of-the-mill point guards. Watch what they give up to all-stars. Watch how they lay in the screens and don't crack back on defense to box out. That's how the game is lost. A guard that thinks that they're just supposed to score and don't get their knees get their hips and their body on a big man knee. Those are the small nuances of the game that a lot of these guards never stick. They only talk about scoring stat. How many times you crack back and help your big? Because that's how you win the game. We ain't talking about stats. And that's the difference between what I think this brother is talking about and what I think Trae is talking about.
That's the truth. That is the hard 1,000 points. And you're the fastest person to 4,000 assists. And you get scored on the most in the NBA. Empty stats, we call them. That's the truth. That is the hard truth, bro. Like, that's the truth. And use it as motivation. And it's going to be motivation because, you got on your platform, you said your thing, you popped your shit. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did, bro. Like, I appreciate that. It makes sense. You got a sense of fire in you, but the truth is the truth, bro. You don't win. And until you start winning, it's when your work can become bigger. If this was anybody else, I'd take it. You know what, KD, you got it. I can't say nothing to you. What I'm going to say to KD, Brown, you got it. But you on the other hand, nah, you ain't got it. Humble yourself. Embrace the constructive criticism. Get better at that and move on. We don't have to keep going back like this among YouTube debate. Like, it ain't that deep. You talk about uncomfortable. You talk about me coming to the league at, 24? Do you know where I was at before you get the name and right? We talk about being uncomfortable. You think you can make it out second division Ukraine, right? You think you can go to Greece? Make a team, right? Make a team and get out of Greece and get drafted. You think you can go play in Russia for 3 years, make it out, still go to the NBA? You're talking about uncomfortable. I'm the one that know uncomfortable more than anybody, right? But with all that, we go talk facts, right? Like, because I like to go facts. And anything I say, right, is don't take it how I'm saying it. Just take it, is it true, yes or no? Simple as that, right? Facts. This is a fact. Everyone that comes sees Trae Young, they get thrown out the building by their column. You hear me? Players come, they see you, they get traded. Coaches come, they coach you, they get traded. GMs come, they govern the team, and then they get fired. Everyone that sees Trae Young gets fired. That's the truth. That is the truth, right? No one has coach killer. Like, no one has. People are scared to play in Atlanta. This is the truth. I don't know if you know or not. Feel me? I really don't know if you.
And what he means by a coach killer, a guy that will never change their style of play. They're going to go hook or by crook. They're going to shoot. Now, Trae Young, he scores the ball well, and he gets a lot of assists. So the average casual fan is going to look at a stat sheet and say, what the hell are they talking about? Trae Young is one of the best point guards ever. And, I mean, if you just want to score points and all that, cool. I'll take Derek Fisher. I'm going to take Derek Fisher every day. I'm going to take somebody that's going to help the helper. If I go over here and I get stuck on Derek Fisher, man, I got all the confidence in the world that I don't give a dang if it's Yao Ming. I got every confidence in the world. And just go look at the tape. Look at what I'm speaking about, and you'll see it every single time. You'll see Derek Fisher, when a big man roll down the lane, you'll see him right there ready to go. He ready to chuck in he ready to hit the roller so you can get back to your man. He's going to give his body up and hit the roller. Every time, if somebody gets stuck, Derek Fisher will go back and wrestle a guy so they can't just get a free rebound and a putback. And go watch Trae Young. When the big get caught, watch what Trae Young does. Does he go crack back and fight a big like a monster and a dog? Is he big enough to do so? Does he have enough weight in his behind to do so? Pause. I don't think so. And so that's what I'm talking about. Patrick Beverley, 100% of the time, he's going to be on a string with his teammates. Teammates over here, Patrick Beverley slide right here. Teammates slide right here, Patrick Beverley over here. Every single time. Is he going to wow you with a stat sheet? No. But everywhere this man go, it seemed to be a winning environment. And it's probably like that for a reason. It ain't just about a stat sheet. And a lot of guys need to be coached by a coach like Phil Jackson. A lot of these superstar players think their only job is to score points. And that's their job is to win the game. You don't get $100 million to score points. You got the $100 million because you were scoring the point. Now you got $100 million, time to win. You're the franchise player. You got to materialize into wins. Anything less than that, you just telling your homeboy that it ain't you, it's your teammate. When really, you can change teammates for a lot of these guys, and they're so greedy. Some of these guys really need to think about their last couple of years in the league and say, look, I'm wrong again. Come hit the link and tell me how I'm wrong. The link is in the chat. Come hit the link and tell me how I'm wrong. I'm not above being wrong. I want to know how a person in the chat knows more than a 13-year NBA veteran, but I'm all open to hear what you got to say. I'm all open to hear your opinion. So if you want to hit the link, tell me how I'm wrong. We won't throw you out for this, but I would like for you to hit the link instead of saying it in the chat because it's simple as a conversation. I know I'm not wrong. I did this all my life. I'm not wrong about nothing I'm saying. You just caught up in a stat sheet. Oh, okay. With another guy talking about an average. What does that have to do with me being wrong? What? I never said I averaged over 6 points. So what am I wrong about again? All right, we got to get him up out of here. He don't want to have a conversation. Somebody, please escort this gentleman out my chat. We don't want chat warriors over here. We don't want chat. If you think he's trash, that's your opinion. I know he ain't trash, but I'll get you up out of here myself. We don't want nobody to take away from the real conversation. Boys and girls that actually want to make it to the league, just know the nuances of the game is way more multifaceted than just worried about scoring a goddamn point. And what this young man is saying is 100% fact. And I'll take a guard that will do everything instead of just one thing. You cannot win like that. If you look at the teams that won, those guards played both offense and they played defense. OKC played offense and they played defense. Those guys were on a string. Those guys cracked back. The Bulls, when they won 6 championships, their whole team gave their body up and played defense, chucked the guys down the lane, and they helped the helper. Guys that don't do that, and that's what Trae Young need to improve on. If he's going to, I'm not taking away anything from his game, his all-star game. Can he play the game? Hell yeah. He is an all-star. He deserves all the individual accolades that he has. But if you're going to transfer over into winning basketball, he got to give up something. And that means he got to give up some of them points that he's scoring, because you're not going to score as many points if you're cracking back and you laying that wood on people, because you're going to be tired. And that's just the truth of the matter.